Hey guys, this is John again. I got another update that I want to give you, a little more unpacked on a brand new poll dealing with election integrity. This is a massive issue. Half the country wants this dealt with, the other half of the country wants to move on, or maybe a third wants it dealt with, a third wants to move on, and a third doesn't really know what to do. So I'm asking you, if you signed up through MV at 80550, and you only have our mobiles, we're texting you, we're going to be sending you voter guides and information, and we're asking you to click to share and share that with other people. If you have only had the text, please take the time to come to Million Voices and sign up so that we can get your email and your rest of your information and try to get you engaged. Just go to millionvoices.org. It's very, very simple, links included, and you can sign up there. If you're watching this and you've only gotten the emails, we're asking you to also make sure you sign up for when there's quick updates like the raid of Mar-a-Lago, President Trump's personal home by the FBI, the polls like this that I'm going to tell. And then I spend time, most of my week working on the deployment of these issues, raising money, but also studying all this stuff so that I can get it down to a simple bullet point, because people are very, very busy. I'm busy, and so it's a gift. I've had pastors come to me, influencers come to me, a lot of you come to me and say, listen, I love if you can just take all this mess and get it down to the bottom. So I'm going to show you or read to you some of the issues over this new poll. This is Rasmussen. 56% of U.S. voters believed every state should require ballots immediately after. So coming off the hills of Arizona, it went on for days and days and days. It was nonsense. France, a country of 55 million, counted 32 million with paper ballots only and had a result that night with no drama whatsoever. And so the overwhelming majority of the country. But 80% believe the issue of election integrity is going to be critical this year in the elections. 60% of them think it's very important. So that's 80%. That's a super majority of people who think that it's absolutely critical. And 62%, finally, are concerned about cheating in this midterm election. And the reason for that is because there's been so much cheating, and it's not being adequately investigated. It's not been litigated. It's not been dealt with. They've been hiding it. They've not given the day in court. There's one case now, won't even be heard until the fall, that will come out before 2024, that's at least dealing with some of the state laws that they violated the Constitution in some of these places like Pennsylvania and others, that not the state legislature, but the Democrat governors or the Democrat state courts changed the rules in violation of the U.S. Constitution. I look for that to be a really compelling case that the court could finally say somebody needs to do something about this, because it's chaos and people are no longer trusting the elections. And here's the last two things. I'm going to give you more later this weekend. There's going to be some pretty substantial updates on election integrity coming out. And I want you to keep in mind that the real issue, a lot of times we get distracted. The real issue is not just low-level cheaters. The 2,000 Mules, if you haven't seen it, please go see that. We'll be able to get you links to that. If you haven't seen it, please take the time to go do that. If you haven't seen Rigged, about Zuckbucks, of $420 million, only in swing states, hired Obama and Hillary operatives to then go in and use that money under the guise of helping COVID, but it disproportionately, like 86%, went to people who supported Joe Biden in states. He underperformed Hillary, who lost, everywhere else in those states. And he shattered Obama's record, who filled up stadiums just like Trump. He couldn't fill up a stadium or a decent-sized audience or 12 people a lot of times, and he outperformed them only where that money went, only where these mules went, only where some of these issues are happening. And then there's going to be another update on software. So I'm going to give you more details on that. But realize election integrity, the reason it matters, if you think, oh, man, it's messy, quit relitigating 2020, we can't do anything about it. If we don't fix election integrity, everything else you care about doesn't matter. Because if you don't have fair and secure elections, all of the issues we care about, we don't get to elect who governs us. We don't have fair and just laws anymore in this country. And the raid by the FBI on the former president home at Mar-a-Lago is unspeakable and directly related to this. It's shortly before these revelations are about to hit in the next few weeks. And it's a witch hunt, because if they can put him in prison, it's not just the Democrats that are against him and the Marxists, it's all the people that are funding him. And let me say to you, it's not just Soros, it's not just Zuck Bucks, it's not just the radical left billionaires. There are communist billionaires in other countries and other government agencies that the only thing stopping communism in the world right now is our nation. We have to stand up against that darkness. And so I know this is a heavy update. There's a lot of information in there, but I'm asking you to pray. I'm asking you to stay involved. If you've only done email, please text MV to 80550. If you've likewise only done the text, please go to the website and sign up. We need to be able to get multiple ways to get to you, because they are trying to shut us down. They're trying to silence us, and we can't do it. And so my passion is to get little short snippets like this of, instead of 5 hours worth of conversation or a podcast, I'm giving you 3 to 5 to 8 minutes on these things. You take it and you'll be able to share that with other people that are like us, that care about God and care about this country and care about their families. And so thank you so much for everything you're doing. God bless.